Attention, attention. Have you ever heard of Cowboys Talk? Cowboys Talk is the Dallas Cowboys discussion segment of the Bear of Texas podcast. Cowboys Talk brings to you a podcast fully dedicated to bring to you unique and truthful discussions regarding the Dallas Cowboys. In other words, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. This show is not fake news. This show does not tolerate bullshit. This show just simply tells it like it is because that is the way to do it, especially when it comes to the Cowboys. No holds barred, ladies and gentlemen. No holds barred. Cowboys Talk is available to you on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, and YouTube. And check out podpage.com/Cowboys Talk. That is podpage.com/Cowboys Talk.
And hello. Welcome in to the Eric Zane Show Podcast, the daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the week. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Happy belated Mother's Day wishes to each and all of the moms. Who picks a fight over Mother's Day greetings? I saw Stevie, our beloved Stevie. My God.
Fuck you, asshole. And you guys are fucking assholes. I'm sorry I'm a little bit drunk. Whatever.
Okay.
She took a run. It was weird. Let's see if I can get to it here. Just popped into my brain. I wasn't even going to start with this, but as I started thinking, I was like, oh, I got to talk about this. I went out into the world today and interacted with 3 people. No one wished me a happy Mother's Day, and I couldn't be happier. Not everyone has children, and it's rude to assume so. That's an interesting take on the day. What? Huh? That's it? Why can't we just go with Happy Mother's Day to the moms? Well, first of all, I didn't even know that's a thing. That people just go out of... Who just walks up to Stevie and says, hey, I'm assuming you're a mom. I mean, Stevie looks like the type of person who would eat babies. You know? That's an interesting thing to get wound up about. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ. All right. I'm not going to lie to you. Today at 8 minutes prior to the start of the show, I had nothing ready. This was terrible. It's a miracle I was only, 10 minutes late. And wait till you hear why. Holy shit. I was outside of this studio making a phone call that I had to make. You'll find out why in a second. But I'm hanging up, and I'm walking into the studio, and I can't get in. The doorknob has been malfunctioning. It felt a little grindy the other day, like when I was opening it on the studio. You see behind me, it looks a little wonky. And so I try to go in, and I can't. It's like, uh-oh, this thing has completely failed. And now I can't. I got 3 dogs in here. I got to do my job. And so I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. So I went, and as you know, being that I have an incredible tool assortment here. I can do this. So I went and got my best tools. Hang on a second. Fucking ghetto. I went and got my best tools to be able to get this done. This sledgehammer or mallet, which is kind of destroyed now, and this chisel. This is what you need to repair a damaged doorknob. First, I was kind of like just trying to pry my way in there, you know, and well, that didn't work. So then I got annoyed, and I started to bash it as hard as I could. And so you can't see this in the audio podcast, but I have in my hands an assortment of this stupid. First of all, this house is very much needing updated. Nobody has polished brass in their house, and I have one less a piece of polished brass in the house now because I bashed the shit out of that doorknob, and well, it disintegrated a million pieces. But hey, look, here's even the screw, but it still was stuck. The little thing is stuck in the jam. It won't come out. So now I've destroyed the doorknob. I'm still stuck. I still cannot get in. And then I did what every red-blooded American man wants to do. I said to Diana, I go, I've always wanted to do this. Jason says, why didn't you just unscrew the handle, take it off, and then push the striker to the side to open it? Well, you need to understand. This chisel here is the tool. This is all. I don't have a screwdriver that will do this. And I couldn't even get access to it. To begin with, I took this little fucking thing off, whatever this is, and all that was there was no screws on that side of the doorknob. You had to be on the opposite side of the doorknob to get the Phillips head screws off. So I'm just kidding you. I have a screwdriver, obviously, but I couldn't get access to those screws because it was on the other side of the door. So I'm fucked. Because I did think about that. So then I go, well, I got the time is ticking. We are moments away from the start of the show. So I go, I've always wanted to do this. And I kicked that fucking door, and it moved a little, and then 2 kicks, boom, it flies open. I go, yes, fucking door's all busted, jams destroyed. Then I goes, well, now what we got to do? I go, I don't know. Show's got to go on. See you later. Close the door. See ya. Bye-bye. So that was it. It is, the door is ruined now. And I didn't feel the least fucking bit bad about it. I didn't do that. It just happened. And today is piling up with all sorts of shit. I'm going to write that off on my taxes, okay? That is show content right there. So when I buy that door, I'm adding at the end of the year, replacement door for content. Amanda says, have Kyle fix it. Absolutely. Kyle's going to be working here for so long. My God. He got 17 hours in last week. He goes, put me down for 17. So I paid him. And then he says, I might come over the weekend. And I go, okay, well, Diana would love that. Did he come? No. He did. Did he show up? No. I have been gifted something for our beloved Mother Mary, who earlier I was swearing. Well, I'm always swearing. Thank you to Maureen. Oh, I got an idea. For the times that I've plugged the ears of Mother Mary when I'm swearing, she sent along these Barbie accessories. So if you put these on her, The idea is that her ears are protected from the insanity that will happen. Aram says the IRS audit will be good content. Well, yeah, all I got to do to the IRS is say, yeah, well, just listen to this show. It all happened here. There you go. Maureen also sent along various other accessories, including a Barbie iPad, Barbie boombox, purse, water bottle, some type of tiara, a hat, a watch. But I think that it's already sacrilege enough that anything more might be too much. It's already bad. So that's how I started the day. I kicked in a freaking door. Ha! And it felt great. And Dinah said, well, what are we going to do? I don't know. More work for Kyle. But there you go. That was how I started the day. And that's why I titled this Rough Start. And it is a rough start. Okay. So to all of my friends that are getting this little snippet of the live version, the video audio version live of me as I do each and every weekday morning, you need to know that on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, this is all just a little bit of it. I go till 10 a.m. So I'm going to cut the cord here on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And then what you got to do is you got to go over to my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, and just click the follow button and you can resume the show. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Or if you're on your device getting the show, download the Twitch app and then search Eric Zane Live, all one word, hit follow, and then you're good to go. If you really want to help out, subscribe with your Amazon Prime account. You get it for free if you use your Amazon Prime account. So you can link it up there. If you get in the weeds and can't figure out how the hell to do it, just let me know and I'll walk you through it. Just send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com. Okay, so for you folks on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, thank you so much. But goodbye. My God. So Twitch is brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid NEV, as well as Facebook. Thank you to them. Going through a massive renovation or doubling of their size. Thank you. Twitter brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Word on the street is that a week from tomorrow, we will be bringing back Tech Tuesday with Alan from Blue Frost IT. Holy cow, stiff dicks galore. Alan is bringing you, of course, the Twitter stream. Thank you so much for my Twitter handle, @Eric Zane Show. Boy, I'm struggling. YouTube, Frank Fuss. You can see right there, Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. BuyInsuranceHere.com. Thank you to Frank Fuss. Okay, we are off and running. I was on the phone at 7:30 this morning. And while I was on the phone with someone very, very important, that's when I turned the handle and I realized that, hey, I'm locked out of here. This is terrible. Oops. Fucking idiot. So the vet opens up at 7:30. At 7:31, I'm on the phone with the vet because in our midst right now, I have an injured dog. See Brucey right there. He is a little bit under the weather. You can barely see him. Brucey. Diana, I was up here voice tracking for Big 101.3 yesterday for as everybody was coming over for the Mother's Day feast. And she goes, the dog's got in a fight. Didn't you hear anything? I go, I didn't hear anything. I go, was it over food? Yes. Now, if you're not careful, once the dogs are fed, when Bruce is eating, you got to stand between him and Daisy because Daisy will approach him like, hey, you going to eat all that? And then Bruce he's food aggressive. He'll attack Daisy and then he will then get his ass kicked. She is the queen bee. She's much bigger than he is. And, So, okay, there was that. Now that's happened to me before, and I'm like, oh God, I gotta pay attention. There was one time I was standing between. He was eating. I was standing in front of him, looking at my phone, and Daisy kind of snuck in. And then a fight broke out, and I quickly separated them. But still, the dog could get hurt, And then in the evening, like hours later, I noticed Bruce is limping. And on his front left shoulder, he's got a hole. He was bitten, and there is a deep, deep hole. And it's probably only like a quarter of an inch wide. But, I mean, like, you can see into his shoulder. And I'm like, what the fuck? So this is at like 10 o'clock at night. And I go, oh, shit. Now, over the years, I've seen about every dog injury you can see, as you would imagine. And I know right away that this requires attention. So I'm like, oh, fuck. So I clean it out as best I can. But, oh, boy. So then I'm even more annoyed, and I go walking into the bedroom. I go, Bruce is injured. I need you to look at this with me. And for the love of God, no more. We have to make absolutely sure that no one is around, no other dogs are around him when he's eating. And I'm like, okay, now seriously, no more. Now, we've all done it. But Diana did it on this day, okay? Now, all I'm concerned about is the dog. Now, this is the mind. This is what happens when you are married to a fucking limey fucking Irish woman. We need to walk. You did it too! Yeah, you've done it too! And I'm like, fucking, I'm not here to fight with you about who did what. Amanda says, why can't you feed them in separate rooms? We do. Daisy is in the other room. And as the other two are walking out, sometimes there's a period of time when Daisy can kind of scoot in there. You have to be careful. And then you close the door. You're right. But we actually do that. No more questions. Let me tell the fucking story. So Diana's freaking out. You've done it too. And I'm like, yeah, what? Why is it that we have to, why does everything got to be so GD dramatic? Why can't you just say, oh God, you're right. This is terrible. Let's get Bruce some medical attention. But no, it turns into a fucking brawl. I go, well, what? What do you want? I go, and I go, you see, your butt hurt because I said, hey, we got to take care of this from now on. That's all you're concerned with. You don't give a shit about Bruce or anything. So what the fuck? Oh, man. So that I'm agitated. I'm pissed off. Jason says it's like you're running a prison. Holy fuck. So, make a phone call this morning to the vet. Bruce will get in. He'll be fine. Jesus. I hope. I mean, I'm sure he is. It's not the end of the world. I just hate. And then this morning I could tell something's off with him. Okay. And I don't know if because of the injury, it's all the stress is giving him an upset stomach or something like that. But I let the dog outside and he immediately goes to the spot where grass is longer so he can eat it. I understand that dogs, I think when they don't feel well, they like eat grass or something like that, which is fucked up. I mean, imagine if we did that. Oh, I'm in a bad mood. I'm going to go eat some grass. Dog eats grass. And then I can't get him to come inside. He's eating so much grass. I'm like, come on, man. Finally get him inside. I feed him his food. He just looks at it. He goes, I don't want it. Nope. All right. So that happens today. 2:30. Off we go. I have an update. This is the part of the story. This show, this intro, whenever I say my personal adventures, these are my personal adventures, okay? To a lot of people, this is the favorite part of the show when some degree of chaos is happening. Hang on. All right. I informed you about my neighbor who invented Karen. And her name actually is Karen. Now, they've got wonderful kids, wonderful husband, and she's great too. And you can tell, it's like, but if there's anything that's like, it's this. And a little background. When the Hallelujahs moved in, they moved in, moving truck, still in the driveway. This is 10 years ago. Knocked on my door. Hi. How are you? Hi, I'm Karen. I'm your neighbor. I go, nice to meet you. Welcome. This is so great. Yeah, nice to meet you. Do you think you could move your floodlights? What's up? Yeah, they are aimed at our house, and the light is the light pours in the rooms at night. And I go, oh, well, yeah, of course I can. Thank you. Bye-bye. That was it. Oh, boy. Right away, I'm like, no, I'm of course going to do it. But I'm like, oh, boy. I aim them at an angle that doesn't intrude. As you know, if you've listened to this show recently, I tend to sometimes let my grass get a little bit long. So, in fact, the Hallelujahs might get like 2 mowings in before I get 1 in sometimes. It's like, sometimes that happens. Not because I'm lazy. I mean, honestly, I have never, ever been lazy. I've always had too much going on. So, I don't sit around and play video games. I don't sit around and watch TV. I don't do shit. I'm constantly doing things that are productive, but I fall short of getting it all done. Hence, basement unpainted, house in disarray, everything needing updated, guy in my basement working now. There's not enough hours in the day. This year, though, I have had the opportunity to do this. I'm like, I'm going to stay on top of it this year. I'm going to make sure that the lawn stays cut and the bushes are trimmed, and I don't want to be that guy. So I'm mowing, and the Hallelujahs are outside. And I shut the mower off to empty the thing, and I hear, "Hey, are you feeling okay?" And I'm like, "Huh?" And then I put 2 and 2 together. She's implying that I'm not feeling well because I'm mowing the lawn. I don't know how to describe it. It's passive aggressive, I think, on steroids. I think this is maybe even more aggressive with a hint of snark. You know? Aggressive with a sprinkling of snark into it. And I went, oh. And then the husband, Mr. Hallelujah, is right away, he goes, "Karen." Oh, like he knows that. So I just went, "Oh, yeah, busy." I'm emptying the clippings, and then I'm on my way. I say nothing. However, I'm vindictive. I think about things. And days later, I'm like, I should have said this. Or I should have done this. Oh, this is what I should have done. I would have really put her in her place. And then, fun to think about. I go over to my neighbors. I tell him what's up. He's like, oh, my God, can you believe that? He's reacting like the way a lot of you are. Tyler writes, sorry, I don't speak bitch. In English, please. Amanda describes it as passive-aggressive bullying. Jason May says, oh, you have one of those neighbors, too. Adam says, oh, no, that's just straight bitch. Petty Betty needs to chillax. Well, yesterday, went and got my ladder. Remembered that jersey number. I took the ladder over to those fucking floodlights and loosened the screw and rotated them up. And they are no longer aimed at the ground. They are like, Batman aimed right at the house. And, it is, I'm like, okay, this is during the day. And then I tightened them down and they're actually aimed upwards. So now you've earned the illumination. I have shined a light on that passive aggressive with a touch of snark for you to enjoy. And so last night, I'm just waiting for it to get dark. I'm like, yes. Flipped them on, baby. That's right, baby. That house is lit up like the outside of a prison. It is so bright. Oh. The ground is dark. They're so not aimed at the ground. And these are not like little wimpy ones. These are the ones that I don't even think they make these anymore. They get hot as fuck. These are flood spots that if you touch them after they've been on for a short amount of time, they're hot as fuck. And they're like the sun. It's like two suns are aimed at the house. So that is where we are right now, one day in to that. And I'm like, I went over and talked to my neighbor, Chris, who is the president of the Homeowners Association. Like a buddy. I got news. And I told him, and he just howled. He's howling. So I've got the guy in my corner. The guy. Ha, 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 ha. Oh. Blinded by the light. Wrapped up like a deuce. You know the rumor in the night. Rumor? Runner? Blinded by the light. She got down, but she never got tight. She's gonna make it through the night. By the way, Springsteen's version of that is 1 million times better than Manfred Mann. Manfred Mann had to get permission to make that song from Bruce Springsteen. Bruce Springsteen's is Manfred Mann. There's an entire verse that he does not include in the song. What a dick. Springsteen's sucks balls. Are you crazy? So that's what's up, and I'll give you updates. Yesterday at the house, by the way, Diana and I was so pissed off about her yelling at me about the Bruce thing. And then when I finally laid down to bed, just for the record, she apologized to your old pal Eric Zane. She said sorry. Hang on, Kyle B. The guy working in the basement. I've got 2 other jobs to complete that were scheduled before I started yours. I will hopefully get those done before Thursday, so I'll be back in your basement then. Diana is going to have a shit fit. The guy who's working in the basement says, I won't be there till Thursday of this week because he's got a couple other jobs to finish off. Oh, no. She's going to lose her mind. And I'm like, hey, I'm doing all I can. I'm writing the checks, woman. I am working hard to pay for this. I can't get the guy to show up. He'll be here. No big deal. Okay, yesterday it was with Mother's Day here, and I'm just seriously, happy belated Mother's Day to you all. I can't imagine, what it's like being a mom. I mean, seriously, that is, I don't want to say a thankless job, but what a day. It's terrific that we actually celebrate a day for mothers. Everybody's got one or everybody is one. It's either one or the other, right? I mean, because we've all got moms. Rest in comfort to the people who have lost their mothers and look back and like, oh, my God, I miss my mom so much. Bless you all. Diana's in that boat. I'm in that boat. Yesterday, it was, Diana's wants to have a meal. We always share meals on Sunday. And at first, it was going to be one thing and then another thing. And then she said, I know what I want. I want shish kebab bar. And I go, this is a lot of work. And I go, oh, yeah, of course. But in my mind, I'm like, oh, fuck. Oh, my God. The shopping alone to get all the vegetables and the ingredients and things. I had to go buy 3 plants, like actual plants of thyme, rosemary, and basil. Like they're potted. I had to go because if you just buy the shit in like the refrigerated, they're always moldy and garbage. You want to get fresh rosemary, basil, and thyme. And so I've got all the fucking shit for the recipe and the plants. And then, you bring it home and you got to like mince those and you're putting them into bowls, adding oils and citrus juices and lemon, lime, and orange zest, and shallots, which, God, do those burn your eyes, son of a bitch. I'm mincing the shallots, tons of garlic, balsamic vinegar, and all these things are in different bowls to make marinades. And then you put all the pound of the sirloin into one marinade, the pound of the chicken in the other, and the pound of the shrimp in the other. And then you let them sit for hours. They get infused with the flavor. All these friggin' vegetables got to be cut into the appropriate size, and then you lay it all out, and everybody goes and they build the same thing we had when we had the get together last year. Same exact thing. But okay, so there's that. This is a ton of effort and just killing it. I can't stress enough to you how great this recipe is, but prepare yourself. It is a job. Okay? It's a job. I've done it several times. I'm actually getting more efficient at this, but it's a fucking job. And then the risotto. Holy shit. I will say this. I am the world's greatest maker of risotto. It is so easy to screw this up, and then it becomes like paste. Okay? It's very easy to screw up risotto, but not for me, because I am the absolute greatest maker of risotto. If Gordon Ramsay were to come to my house and try my risotto, which, okay, if you take an entire shallot and mince it, that's about a quarter cup, sometimes a half cup of minced shallots. Okay, it's like an onion on steroids. And then you're going to saute it in cast iron, a big cast iron in olive oil and butter. A lot of butter and a lot of oil. Well, about 2 tablespoons olive oil, about 3-4 pats of actual butter. Sauteed. Then you take 3 cups of arborio rice and you put it in there, and then you kind of blend it all together, and the rice becomes translucent after about 2-3 minutes. And then 8 cups of chicken broth. A cup at a time. Well, first of all, 10 tablespoons of white wine. Let that absorb into the arborio. Now you've got this, the flavors are starting to blend. Then you start adding in this chicken broth, a cup at a time, and you don't stop stirring. I actually have a chair next to the range, and I'm just stirring it, okay? And it's a job for like half an hour. It gets absorbed, more chicken broth. 8 cups. That is a lot of chicken broth that is going into that, just sucking into the flavor. It's incredible. You're done finally. It's done absorbing. You put it all into a big-ass casserole dish, and then you take 2 cups of not the shit in the green can Parmesan cheese, the good Parmesan cheese, grated, and then you blend it, and then it all just melts into the rice, okay? It looks like Rice Krispie treats. I'm not even kidding you. You know, when you mix it all up, that's what it looks like. Oh, my God. Incredible. Boner-inducing risotto. Don't even try making it. You're going to ruin it because your name is not Eric Zane. This I know. You can try. So, take pictures of it and show me your slop that you make. Wycon Rob says, I think that's Wycon Rob. When do we get a chance to get the Cooking with Zane cookbook? Are you kidding me? I can't even mow my lawn on time, and you want a cookbook. All right. I'm starting to have a vibe that I will take very few trips with the motorhome this year, the camper. It's just too ridiculous. The RV the gas is just insane. In fact, Justin's sister is getting married this weekend. We're driving quite a ways away. Well, about 170 miles. And originally we were going to take the RV. But it's cheaper to get a hotel room. To drive from here to West Branch and then back is $200 in gas. I did that. It's $200 in gasoline. So I'm like, my God. We right where we are right now, it's $4.39 a gallon. Oh. Shit. It could very well get to be $5 a gallon. I don't know, man. This is rough. Amanda's getting ready to drive for New York. Yeah, you're going to pay for it in gas. You're renting a car that gets 27 miles a gallon. That's still going to be very expensive for you. Cheaper to fly. No, it's not, because the rates are going up through the roof because jet fuel is extremely expensive too. Come on, turn it around. All right. Where the hell am I? The open of the Eric Zane Show podcast is in the books. First of all, a word for Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Please sign up for Patreon. Patreon helps keep the vet bills in check. It was the first thing that happened that made me realize that we had a shot. We had a shot to be able to do this podcast like this each and every day. And it's been nothing different since then. Free podcast, Patreon podcast every day. Patreon.com/Eric Zane, $5 or $10 a month. So if you like the free content, I've got more for you. I don't like to say ever, hey, you're getting this free, so give me money. I don't ever like to do that. I just like to keep giving you more to be able to entertain you. And I just added a new segment to the Patreon. I don't even remember what I titled it or how I worded it. And I just posted it. I just posted a brand new episode of it. It was the second of these episodes that I've done. It's an audio video thing. I call it Radio Behind the Curtain. That's what it is. So when I'm voice tracking Big 101.3, you can see exactly how that works. As I do the radio DJ thing on the oldies station. Thanks to Rob. Rob sent a nice message, Rob V, about that. Thank you. I appreciate that, buddy. Gives you a little insight about how it goes on the radio. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Excuse me. Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane Booger. But the open and live stream that you just witnessed, all of this idiocy, brought to you by TC Paintball. Featuring Paintball War number 19, the Summertime Slaughter. It happens on Sunday, June 26th. I'd love to see you there. $35 is what that's going to cost you. It's normally, I think, $49. It's a little bit more expensive if you are not affiliated with the Eric Zane Show party at TC Paintball. Again, Sunday, the 26th of June, 5 p.m. start. We're outside. It's been too long since we've been outside. Looking forward to hanging with you. Let me know. RSVP on email. Subject line paintball if you're coming. Or subject line RSVP. Doesn't matter. I'm going to put an event up on Facebook so you can respond to that as well. Should be a good time. Thank you to my friends at TC Paintball. And if you want to book your own party, tcpaintballgr.com. You're going to need to make a reservation for a Saturday. Otherwise, you can drop in. Wednesday's Little League Day. Thursday is Ladies' Day. Tons of fun going on. Fully stocked pro shop with everything you need, quite literally. Equipment all the way to the ceiling of the facility. Okay? They got to get on a ladder to get some of the things off the top shelf. tcpaintballgr.com. It's important that you try the gun out. Make sure it's what you want. So if you see something there that you're interested in, you get to try it out. You know, you can shoot it on the range that they have or whatever it may be. And you can see for yourself if that's for you. tcpaintballgr.com. Friday was a big day at the Eric Zane Show podcast household as Jacob Bennett showed up in the flooring ambulance. He has an actual ambulance that was converted to a work truck. And coincidentally, it says at the top of it, flooring department. I think it might have been owned prior to him owning it by someone else who had a flooring business. And they converted it? I don't know. But anyway, that lights, horns, the same, the whole deal. A black truck pulls up in the driveway. It's Jacob Bennett. He measured the basement, measured the steps, measured the room that we have upstairs. We're good to go. Signed, sealed, delivered. He's going to start installing the flooring as soon as Kyle gets done painting, that was crazy news today that he's not going to be here till Thursday now. Oh, he's so dead. But anyway, Jacob and Jason will be installing the flooring at my house. And if you are a fan of this show and you need flooring, my God, this is what you need to do. It is the absolute cheapest way to get your flooring installed professionally. Go buy whatever you want. They'll install it for you. 616-318-0167. A little bit later on, I'll tell you about where you need to buy the flooring. Okay, a quick word for drizzly.com, DRIZLY.com. Okay, you're at a party. Everybody's having a great time. No one wants to leave to go make a beer run, a wine run, a liquor run, whatever it may be. You're all having too much fun flirting with each other around the fire, having a good time. Okay, let's go to drizzly.com, pick out what we want, and before you know it, some dude is dropping it off. Oh my gosh. Why did it take so long for something as amazing as this to become available? You can also go to the Drizzly app or drizzly.com, DRIZLY.com, and send a gift to someone. That's awesome too. Drizzly, the most convenient way to buy beer, wine, and spirits with delivery to your doorstep in under 60 minutes. It's the #1 app for alcohol delivery. That's DRIZLY.com. Drizzly's giving every new customer $5 off their first order. Just use the promo code FAST5, F-A-S-T, the number 5, at checkout. Convenience of home delivery in under 60 minutes. Get it when you need it. It's a great gift as well. Drizzly.com, DRIZLY.com. Fast 5 at checkout to save $5.
Have you wanted to use your home equity to pay off debt or improve your house, but found the old way too painful? There's now a new, better option for accessing your home equity. It's called HomePace. Here's the key. It's not a loan, so there's no monthly payments or interest. Instead, HomePace gives you money up front as an investment in your home. That's right. You get money that you can use however you want without the burden of monthly payments. Then someday when you decide to sell, you share a portion of the gains or losses in your home's value with HomePace. That means if your home's value drops, HomePace takes a loss too. HomePace gives homeowners a better choice to access home equity. No monthly payments, no interest. To get an instant quote, go to homepace.com/quote. It takes less than 5 minutes. That's homepace/quote to get started.
Let's see. Who's coming this weekend? Full House Comedy. Josh Wolf is live Thursday at the Grand Rapids Comedy Club, part of Creston Brewing. He's got a show Thursday. He's got a show, 2 shows Friday, and then 2 shows Saturday. See, Aaron Putnam is coming to town. Great dude. Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Let's see. What's going on here? It says here, Chad Kroger and JT Parr at the listening room. Is that the Chad Kroger? Why do I know the name Chad Kroger? Chad. Is that the name of the guy from Nickelback? That can't be the same guy, right? That cannot be the same dude. Chad Kroger and JT Parr live at the listening room. I don't know. Using their digital platforms, the duo take action to raise awareness and bring change for some of the most important causes. I don't think it's the same guy. When they are not at City Hall meetings, Allen and Parr. Is it Chad Allen? What the fuck is going on here? Hang on a second. I got to get to the bottom of this. I'll get Big Dick Donnie on the phone. We'll straighten this out. Come on, don't leave me hanging. Okay. I don't think this is going to work out.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 6165.
Right. We'll come back to that. Well, anyway, I don't think it's Chad Kroger, the idiot from Nickelback. I don't know why I called him an idiot. I like Nickelback. Those guys rock. I've never found a band more polarizing. The only reason why people don't like the band is because everybody else talked about it. Hang on a second. Did you ever have a hair in front of your face and you can't quite place it? I just had that happen. All right. I forgot about how much fun it is at Berlin Raceway. over the weekend, Sarah Rook-Ruck-Roosh and Brad, come on, were there. It's true. The guy had to take a piss like every 5 seconds. It actually went down that way. But Sarah Rook-Ruck-Roosh, she shows up and she immediately goes to the concession stand and gets 4 margaritas just for herself. 4. In between the races, they had these 3 dudes that were doing drifting. This is incredible. Okay, this is from Sarah's Facebook page. Watch this. These guys.
There we go, fans. Come on. King and Lee, thank you guys. Thank Blake Thomas out also. What a great show. Wonderful to see you. King and Lee, thank you guys. Thank Blake Thomas out also. What a great show.
Damn it. That is cool. Again. The smoke, that deep rubber smell, it was terrible.
There we go, fans, come on!
But in a good way. It was terribly awesome. Brad and I were in the front. Come on! And chunks of rubber were like hitting us in the face.
King and Lee, thank you guys. Thank Blake Thomas out also.
I guess they go through an entire set of tires. In one big thing that they do in the whole day's events. It was absolutely incredible. Holy shit. Then there was Brad and I. This is a picture that they got from, I think it's Berlin's website. This is there's Brad. Come on! And that's me shooting video as these guys are lighting up the track. It was so cool. God, I forgot how much fun it is going there. I mean, the weather was perfect. I can't wait to go back out there. It was absolutely cool. Kevin Corbat is back. Longtime friend and fan of the show. Went down to North Carolina for, last I heard, he moved down there to like, I don't know. He's working, finding his way down south. And, and then I turn around and he's at Berlin Raceway. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, yeah, I moved back. Rent went up. I'm like, rent went up? What are you talking about? I think he said his rent went up to $3,800. I'm like, wait, what? So I'm like, well, yeah. Thank God you're back. You can't be paying that much money for rent. It's ridiculous. So awesome. It was a great time. I got to wave the green flag when the 4 cylinders were racing, and I didn't get to stay for the featured 75-lap race because I had to get over to Jackie's house for a meal. But and that takes me to, it was an absolute ridiculous weekend for eating. I think it's kind of like now I'm in a spot where the week's not so bad. It's the weekend. Okay? Now, I will say this. I ran 6 days last week. That's the first time in forever that I've run 6 days in a week. I lifted weights, but it doesn't matter because I still eat like I'm eating my last meal. We had brats, burgers, and hot dogs at Jackie's house on Saturday. Okay? And I had a brat with everything on it. And a burger with everything on it. I had potato salad and macaroni salad. And I was the first one done. And then I went and got another gigantic hamburger and a hot dog. So I ate all of that food and then dessert. And I was like, this is like, I think I've actually injured myself somehow. I think I've been eating so much that I've increased the size of my stomach and perhaps doubled it. And that is why I am now consuming so much food. Last night, same thing, just an absolute abortion. ate a ton of shish kebab. Jason says, I bet the risotto felt great around mile 3. Well, that was yesterday. I didn't run yesterday. Yesterday was just eat day. And then we had, we had for dessert, ice cream bar. Diana wanted ice cream bar. So we got bananas, peanuts, hot fudge, hot caramel, 3 kinds of ice cream, the little Reese's peanut butter cups that you sprinkle on. Oh, my God. What the fuck? Whew. Here we go. So back at it today. It's something's going to, I'm just growing. I'm absolutely growing. Shit. Okay. On to some more of a serious topic. It's been a little bit silly for the first part of the show today. But there actually is you have to bear with me. I'm a little bit fried today because of how the show started. But there's been another police shooting that a lot of people are talking about, and it happened in Lansing, East Lansing. And I think I know what happened, but I want to just share it with you before we get into it. I want to talk about that, and I also want to talk about Loyola. There is an update on Patrick Loyola that we need to get into as well. So this is like the serious portion of the Eric Zane Show podcast is what I'm telling you. Okay, here we go.
Shots fired! Get on the ground!
If I'm the cop, I'm like, shut up, woman! Shut up!
Lansing police released this video today from the officer-involved shooting outside of the Lake Lansing Mire on April 25th.
It comes after the city's Police Oversight Commission voted unanimously last week to mandate East Lansing Police release the footage of that incident.
And today was the deadline. East Lansing Police Chief Tim Johnson says it is all in the spirit of transparency.
Building public trust means remaining present in challenging times, engaging in tough conversations, and being transparent as possible with our community members.
The thing about that whole transparency thing is it oftentimes leads to people who are already pissed off. Never has there been a time when there's been video released from a moment like this that the militant bunch on the other side of this argument, they never go, oh, okay, well, that tells the story. We got to cool our jets. All it does is incite more violence, frankly, in my opinion. It makes people even more pissed off because no matter what you show or prove by that, it doesn't help the scenario at all. It just makes it worse.
We are releasing the video footage of the incident here today as part of our commitment to transparency.
The release of the video is getting a lot of reaction tonight from people in the East Lansing community. News 10's Jace Harper picks up that.
And we'll get to what the hell brought this on in a second, so just hold tight.
Part of the story from the newsroom. Jace?
Yeah, David, many of the people I talked to aren't convinced the police had the right to shoot DeAnthony Van Atten. Many of them confused as to why they would fire their guns on a man running away without knowing for certain if he was carrying a weapon. We do play parts of the video throughout this story, and we want to warn you, it's graphic at times.
I stayed in. Feel me? I didn't want to get shot or nothing like that. Seeing all those cops, I wanted to stay inside.
Parrish Hickman says he was there when DeAnthony Van Atten was shot and detained by East Lansing police. After watching the body cam footage, he thinks the police were too quick to draw their guns.
It was quick to shoot. Where they see the gun at? He didn't up that motherfucker or nothing, like, you feel me? So why they just shoot him that quick? Like, he was just trying to run.
Hickman, assuming Van Atten was concealing a weapon, says he definitely understood.
He did have a gun, by the way. You can see it right here. This dude has a gun, okay?
Understands why he would run from police.
Just the fear of the police. Like, you black and you got a gun, and that don't, that's not about to go well.
So these cops, they get called by people at Meijer that there's a dude walking around Meijer with a gun. So they check it out. The police show up. The guy starts running, holding the gun. He gets shot. No offense, but what's the fucking problem?
There was no proof whether that gun that was found on the scene was the Anthony's.
Carrington Kelsey is a leader of Black Lives Matter.
It was.
To Lansing, he believes the footage that was released doesn't show the whole picture.
Whether he even had it in the mire to begin with. Oh, wait, that footage, what happened in the mire, did not make it to this cut.
Now, East Lansing Police Chief said today he's not sure if the gun recovered from the scene was fired at all. Right now, East Lansing Police are not releasing the name of the officer who fired the shots. We did catch up with the officer's lawyer earlier this evening, who says this video shows this incident was handled correctly.
I'm glad that the body-worn cameras and the other footage is out there. It confirms for me what I've believed, and that is that the officers acted reasonably and appropriately. They addressed an immediate threat, not only to themselves but to the public. The investigation is in the hands of the Michigan State Police, which is where it should be.
Right now, East Lansing Police are not naming the officers involved. They say it's because the investigation is still underway by Michigan State Police. We also learned from East Lansing Police Chief today that after the Michigan State Police finish their investigation, they'll be turning it over to the Attorney General's office. Yale PD says they'll also be doing their own investigations into the shooting. For now, I'm live here in the newsroom. Jace Harper, News 10.
As Chase said, not all of the video was released because some of it is the focus of a state police investigation into the officer's use of force. We have a link to the body cam video made public today on our website, WILX.com.
Okay.
The Shaheen Chevrolet Get Paid or Upgrade car buying event.
The fuck? What just happened? Of course, this just happened. As far as what I can tell, he walked into there and into the store, and the gun was visible. Now, I don't know if he had it in a holster or if he was just sticking it into his pants. In Michigan, if you do that, you are allowed to do that. You can walk in with a gun out. People at the mire saw him with the gun, get the gun out of the car, and then walking into it with the gun and walking into the mire with the gun in his possession. So people there thought, what's going on? Better be safe than sorry. Let's call the police. Now, if I leave my gun on the seat, and then there have been times when it was in the seat next to me, and I was actually walking into mire, and I remember stopping, and I'm in the car, and I go, well, I want to carry my pistol, but I definitely do not want to get out of the car, reach in, and while I'm standing out of the vehicle, put it where it goes, and then my shirt over it. Because what I am aware of is I know that some people might freak out at that. So I always do it when I'm in the car, or make 1,000,000% sure there's no one, or I'll actually drive where there's no other cars and no other people in order to be able to do what I want to do, conceal the weapon, and then go in. This asshole didn't do that. So they see him walking in with the gun, and the people going into mine like, hey, there's some fucking idiot walking in with a gun, and then the cops show up, and this idiot runs. And while he's running, he pulls the pistol out. Now he's running away from the cops, holding onto the gun. Thank God they shot him. That is what they're supposed to do. But here we are. By the way, O'Neill is making some crazy, I'm having a dream dog noises. All right. So that's the latest one. Corey says, let's make fun of the screaming lady some more. What a dumb hoe. Yeah. Yeah. Don't stick your gun in your waistband. If you do have a gun, holster the gun, for God's sake. Meanwhile, closer to home, the dude that was shot in Grand Rapids, Patrick Lyoya, was drunk as fuck His and I don't really know if this even changes anything. 0.29. More than 3 times the legal limit of 0.08. I honestly, people are like, well, you see, and I'm like, well, just because some guy's drunk. Okay, how this is going to unfold is, as this story continues to grow, I guess it depends on whether or not the cop is actually charged with anything or fired or whatever happens to him. The whole business about Loyola's history. He, I think, had a warrant out for his arrest. He has he's got a rap sheet like a mile long since he's been in the U.S. He's been nothing but a menace. Drunk driving, obviously, is a terrible thing. All of the things that you saw in the video. I don't know if this changes anything, but what it's going to do is for the people that are supporting the cop, occasionally when things like this happen, you'll get a pack of people that will say, well, he was a piece of shit anyway. And it does appear that Patrick Lyoya may have been a piece of shit. There's definitely some credentials in the piece of shit department that are manifesting on Patrick Lyoya. This was no saint. I don't know if it means he deserved to die. That remains to be seen. But this was he's kind of an asshole. He was kind of an asshole. Drunk as hell. The Kent County Medical Examiner's Office says most autopsies take about 60 days, but Lyoya's took up to 4 weeks, which was mainly spent waiting for the toxicology report. So we shall see. We still wait to hear more from that. Chris says he was a piece of shit, but this isn't Judge Dredd. I agree with you. And I have exhausted the extent of my knowledge as to what's right, what's wrong, whether the cop is supposed to do that or not. I've heard arguments from both sides that once they finish, I'm like, okay, yes, that makes sense. When I hear the explanation about why he was shot, when I hear the explanation about why he shouldn't have been shot or why he did what he did, it hits me, and I'm like, I don't know. Perhaps some type of manslaughter charge. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe he did absolutely the right thing to do. See a lot of Judge Dredd references going on now. Boy, you guys, you get going on a kick. Shut up. Come on. All right. Thank you to Johnson Carpet One. The flooring that we'll be installing here at the Eric Zane Show Podcast household comes from Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home Discount Outlet, where Kent dropped the E at a U works. Go see Kent. Go see Aram the Armenian. Yes, there are 2 people associated with this show with the name Aram. Aram in Nashville, and Aram, who works at Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home Discount Outlet. The carpeting, the flooring, everything, vinyl plank, you name it, they have it at Johnson Carpet One Floor and Home Discount Outlet on Chicago Drive in Granville, right behind Little Caesars on the north side of the street. Ugly building, beautifully low prices, and you can save an additional 10% when you mention my name. Okay? Thank you so much. I feel kind of bad about destroying the door, but I had to do the show, man. Oh, well, what can you do? Life goes on. A&E Heating and Cooling. I just saw the commercial hit Wood TV 8. You may have seen the incredibly handsome young David working, doing the AC tune-up. That's right. Joe Martinez just bought ads on Wood TV. I don't have it in front of me, but I'll get it for next time or an upcoming show, maybe on the Patreon. And they are advertising the AC tune-up, $79. In fact, I think they're going to be at my house tomorrow. In fact, I know they are. my friends at A&E Heating and Cooling. Reach out to them, 616-516-8579 today. Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider of the Eric Zane Show podcast. If your company needs to upgrade the tech, call upon Blue Frost IT today, 616-200-8550, 616-200-8550, or online at bluefrostit.com. Okay, guess what? I got to take a break. It's time to go tinkle. Stand by, and I will be back. All right. And done. He must be taking a huge shit. Nope. Checking voicemail. Checking email. All right. Where the hell are we? I always feel a little scatterbrained on Mondays. Let's see here. This is from the Dallas Stars Calgary Flames hockey game. Imagine you're a player behind and on the bench, and the coaches are there, and this fan is seated behind you. Now, if you're not looking here on the video podcast, you can't see it. I will include the link, excuse me, in the show notes. But you have what could only be described as an absolute bombshell woman who, I mean, long blonde hair and wearing this very revealing top, which shows a large percentage of her breasts. Okay. And also her midriff is a long sleeve deal, more like a halter, I guess, but there is so much boob there. It is. Holy cow. There's Paul Bissonnette, who is part of the team at Spittin' Chicklets, which is an intensely famous podcast with unbelievable amount of viewership, listenership. He also appears on one of these studio shows to talk the big game. So they're referencing that in the telecast.
All right, well, maybe you were distracted by what's going on behind the bonus there. I couldn't really see it.
I knew you were going to say something.
That's why they call it the big D, boys.
I knew you were going to say that.
Holy jumping. That's a deep V. That is a deep V. That's all the way to the...
Okay, so the guy here with the facial hair and the glasses, he is so uncomfortable. The black guy, they have him there. I don't know why. He doesn't know anything about hockey.
Right, well, maybe you were distracted by what's going on behind the bonus there. I couldn't really see it.
I knew you were going to say something.
That's why they call it the big D, boys.
I knew you were going to say that.
Holy jumping. That's a deep V. That is a deep V.
A deep V. God, he's really...
That's all the way to the belly button.
And with that,
That's all the way to the belly button. Shit. Come on. Okay. Look at that. She is, the fact that she wore that there, brings to mind our very own missile tits herself, Amanda. She says, I don't even have those. No, yes, you do. Hell, if that was you, you'd have them out. You would have them pressed up against the glass. If you dress like that and you know you're going to be on TV, I mean, that is all part of a plan. That is a very, very powerful woman right there. Jeez. My God, that's the type of if I'm in a room of people and someone happens to walk up who has that type of vibe, bombshell, long blonde hair, boobs sticking out, and she were to walk up to me, I wouldn't even. It'd be so uncomfortable. I would just pretend that she's not there. Okay. I would have, if Adolf Hitler walked into the room, I would probably have better chances of having a conversation with him than I would with her, because it is lose-lose, in my opinion. If you, I would look like such a rapist, okay? Because if you're looking at her in the eye, I've talked about this before, she's going to be wondering why you're not looking at her boobs. And it's just going to be so awkward and screwed up to have that natural conversation. Okay? She knows exactly what she's doing. She's just fucking with everybody. That is the power on display. Holy shit. That happens all the damn time where chicks go to the hockey game. They call them jersey chasers, or as Adam says, puck bunny. They call them puck sluts or hockey honeys, and then the players will make eye contact with them, and somehow half an hour after the game they're having sex. All right. More from the world of hockey. This poor guy, he works in the penalty box. This is like similar to my workplace when I'm doing hockey for the Grand Rapids Griffins. And Kate says, sluts. Hey, I didn't make up the name. That's just what people call them. They call them jersey chasers, hockey honeys, puck sluts. I don't want to upset you. I know that's going to turn into like 5 months of probation if I don't watch my P's and Q's. So I didn't invent the term. All right. Watch this.
Glass goes up and over. You can see the fans.
This poor dude. Look he's sitting there and doing his thing, and then the fans of the Boston Garden are pounding on the glass, and the glass falls out and bashes this dude right in the head. My God. This is intense. Jesus.
Glass goes up and over. You can see the fans celebrate.
Oh!
Got him for sure. But Rangers hustle over there, guys, and get right in there to.
Oh. Did you see that? Look at this again.
Glass goes up and over. You can see the.
He has no idea. It's falling down right on him.
Fans celebrating.
Oh, he's lucky it wasn't like the edge of it. It would have cut his head right in half. Split it like a log.
Oh, it got him for sure.
Look, just see this chick here. Hold on.
Up and over. You can see the fans.
The lady right behind him.
Celebrating.
Look at right here. This lady. She's like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, it got him for sure. But Rangers hustle over there, guys.
They ended up taking this guy off on like a stretcher. It was he was pretty fucked up, but I guess he's okay. He will survive. Honestly, that's like all I've been following from hockey is big tit lady and glass coming down on dude. We had a moment at the Van Andel Arena years ago when Chris, who is one of the ice crew, Arena Nick knows Chris, this fucking dummy. The glass had come out. And he had to repair it or something like that. And he was trying to hit it in place with his hand. And then somehow it sliced his hand like horribly. And he immediately gets off a ladder and just starts running across the ice with blood pouring off of his hand. It's like, oh, my God. Holy shit. Jesus. Sir Bob of Oliver about that lady's boobs. Hey, what were they like anyway? They look pretty good. Are they real? Are they built for speed or comfort? What do you do with them? Motorboat? You play the motor? I don't know, man. Don't ask me. I'm just saying she's there nearly nude on TV. It's hilarious. And that allows Paul Bissonnette to be a pig like he is. All right. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage says, hey, if you're thinking about it, now is the time to reach out to him for a mortgage. The rates are going up, okay? And this is going to happen quickly. So don't wait around. 231-332-6505 for the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. No matter where you are in the U.S., there are 4 exceptions: South Carolina, Alaska, Maine, and Hawaii. No matter where you are in those other areas, the other 46 in D.C. Reach out to Mario, 231-332-6505 if you need a mortgage. My awesome friends at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, 616-532-6600. Any car repairs that you need done, preventative maintenance, whatever it may be, foreign or domestic, with the exception of Volkswagen, 616-532-6600. They're along 44th Street. There's a side street called Stafford. Turn on that one. There they are. ER Vines, ERVINES, Irvines.com. The Kentucky Derby was incredible. Okay, so 80-1 odds. If you put down $10,000, you now have $800,000. I doubt many people that we know would put that much money down, but maybe $1,000. So all of a sudden, the $1,000 turns. Wait a minute. So if you have $1,000 and you have 80-1 odds, you're looking at an $80,000 payout. God. That is fucking sweet. The horse that won it the day before, Rich Strike is the name of it, wasn't even in the field. It was 24 hours earlier that they needed a field filler. So they put this horse in who no one knows anything about, and he gets 80-1 odds. And then not only does he win it, but the way he won it. Okay, so let's pick it up right here. This horse, you can see how far back this horse is. Now, the race is over half over at this point. From this incredible angle, you will see.
Zozos is next after 3/4 in 1 minute 10.
Okay, so look at here's Rich Strike, and look at how far back. There's 3 other horses that are slower than Rich Strike right now. And when this thing turns on the jets, it's faster than Kenny at fucking Old Country Buffet.
4 seconds, and now Epicenter comes splitting horses and is moving up quickly as Crown Pride takes the lead around the far turn. It is Crown Pride battling with...
Oops.
Stride for stride. Epicenter and Zozo's in behind them. Cyberknife swings up on the outside.
I think that horse's name is Zoso, which is a Led Zeppelin reference, if I'm not mistaken.
Zozo's in behind them. Cyberknife swings up on the outside. Sandon gets the rail run, and they're into the stretch. And it's Messier, Crown Pride, and Epicenter is coming.
Okay, final straightaway. Look at this.
Has taken the lead as they arrive into the final furlong. Sandon is coming after him. Epicenter and Sandon, these two, stride for stride. Simplification down the outside is next. They're coming down to the wire. Epicenter, Sandon, Rich Strike is coming up on the inside. Oh my goodness, the longest shot has won the Kentucky Derby.
Holy fuck. The announcer wasn't even considering, wasn't even watching him. God dang it.
Zozos is next after 3.
I gotta watch the whole thing again.
In 1 minute 10 and 4 seconds, and now Epicenter.
The fact that how far back that horse was as the final stretch. They're on the final straightaway of this fucking thing. Jeez. He's using push to pass, giving him extra horsepower.
Comes splitting horses and is moving up quickly as Crown Pride takes the lead around the far turn. It is Crown Pride battling.
There's so much traffic in front of him to even navigate this.
With Messier, they're stride for stride. Epicenter and Zozos in behind them. Cyberknife swings up on the outside. Sandon gets the rail run, and they're into the stretch. And it's Messier, Crown Pride, and Epicenter is.
Okay, on the as the final straightaway is starting, they're 1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, in 11th place. You got to make up 11 places on the final stretch.
Coming up on the outside, Epicenter has taken the lead as they arrive into the final furlong.
God, look at him!
After him, Epicenter and Sandon, these two stride for stride. Simplification down the outside is next. They're coming down to the wire. Epicenter's ended. Rich Strike is coming up on the inside. Oh my goodness! The longest shot has won the Kentucky Derby.
Okay, if I put money down, okay, because when people are watching this, some people will have put money on it. Let's spend it on the long shot. Let's just see. And so for 3/4 of this race, they're like, fuck it. Probably ripped up his ticket. It's like, it's over. Oh, shit. And they're like, oh, my God, I can't believe it. And then the amount of pandemonium. Oh. And then after the horse won the race, the employees who work at the track on the ponies, they're the guys that lead the horse to the winner's circle where they put the roses on them and shit like that. The horse was so fucking aggressive that won the thing, Rich Strike, that the ponies are trying to guide it over. The riders are guiding the ponies, and the Rich Strike starts biting the fucking pony. He's like, I'm still pissed. And he's attacking the pony. And so the attendant on the pony is like punching Rich Strike in the face. He's like, get the fuck off. Get your fucking horse under control. And the jockey's like, fuck you. I don't think the jockeys. Okay, so Diana says, well, then what? Or Jackie says, what? Well, then who? Do they pay the horse? I go, no, you idiot. They don't pay the horse. Who gives a fuck about the horse? It's the trainer and the owners. They're the ones who get all the money. What about the guy who wrote it? I go, well, he's like a hired gun. You just throw that guy on there. It doesn't even matter. The fucking he just gets whatever paid. He's paid before the race even starts. Okay. But that horse, then now there's the potential for the Triple Crown, and that adds more money to it and shit like that. I don't follow this in any way, shape, or form. The only thing I like about horse racing is that what just happened. That's the only thing I give a shit about. This is, in my opinion, this is kind of a fucked up sport. I don't know why everybody loves this sport. You would think the way the world is today that nobody would be interested in this. I mean, it seems a little bit cruel. Lots of jokes I see. Jockey was only 2'9". He's not going to intimidate anybody. Jockey was found to be a capuchin monkey. Horse gets paid in horse puss, it says. The horse is going to spend the next 5 years having seed extracted. Yeah, that's all the horse will do is have sex. He'll race for the rest of the year, and then that's it. But, you're looking at somebody who trained it and makes a ton of money. Kenny says a what monkey? I don't know. It says a capuchin monkey. Isn't that what it's called? Did I say that wrong? Wow. I'm surprised our very own Patriot Nick hasn't, looked into this line of work. He would be ideal. He'd have to lose a little weight because being that he's only about 18 inches tall, he does weigh like 250. So if he could shed some weight and then get on there, he would be awesome as a rider. But that was just incredible. I loved that so much. Something else in sports that I usually don't care about. I care about moments like this. There was a UFC event over the weekend, and whoever these two idiots are, this idiot kicked this idiot in the face, and look at that face. Oh my gosh. That, I think, was the knockout. People say that he looks like that in the kick, he looks like that meme of that fucking monkey. Not a, what's it called, an NFT? Shit. There you go. Isn't that the NFT that's worth all the fucking money? Michael Chandler kicks Tony Ferguson into an NFT character. Oh, fuck. Yes! You see, the internet is brilliant. People are so funny. Wow. Oh, my God. Spectacular. I can't really, I have trouble following the UFC. It's just, I don't know, man. Some of that shit's just too much for your old pal Eric Zane. Jesse says, Zane, please don't try to explain NTFs. Isn't it NFT? Didn't we just find out that it was an NFT? Are you like busting my balls and then fucking it up yourself? Because if you are, that's a little embarrassing. You're sitting there saying, oh, yeah, Eric Zane, don't try to explain NTFs. Now, I'm pretty sure it is NFT. In fact, I know it is. I think that stands for non-fungible token. And I don't know what fungible means. And I don't understand why it's even, people give a shit about it. Arena Nick says, I still prefer boxing over UFC. I do too. All right. So that's about the only thing I care about from UFC over the weekend. I do have this for you, though. This is an interview. I guess there was a Formula One event over the weekend. It was all sports that no one gives a fuck about. But that's not true. I mean, there's people all over the place that give a shit about these sports. Everybody loves UFC. It appears that horse racing of the three is probably the one that I would say the least people care about, but that's still incredibly popular. Nobody gives a shit about horse racing until there's like the Kentucky Derby or the chance of a Triple Crown. But in this moment right here that I'm going to share with you, you have some Formula One event, and this announcer thinks that he's interviewing Patrick Mahomes, when in fact it's some dude who is just finishing up his college basketball career at Duke. What the hell is his name? Paolo Banchero. Paolo Banchero was a college basketball player at Duke. Now he's going to be going into the NBA. This announcer here, the bald one with the blue microphone, it's a sky on it. He's going to go up to Banchero and interview him and think that it's Patrick Mahomes.
Where is this guy? There's a really tall guy there. That must be him. Is that in Balenciaga top? Right, let's dive in there then. Oh, hang on, we've got to go around there. Patrick, Martin Brundle, Formula One television in England. Yeah, where is this guy? There's a really tall guy there. That must be him. Is that in Balenciaga top? Right, let's dive in there then. Oh, hang on, we've got to go around there. Patrick, Martin Brundle, Formula One television in England. Yeah, I don't think you can hear me up there. Patrick, how are you? Good to see you. I'm the good to hear. What do you think of this atmosphere?
This is crazy. I've never been to
This is spectacular. It's amazing to be alive right in the middle of the competitors just before the race starts. Yeah, now you can see they're locked in. It reminds me of myself. A real focus. Okay, it's not Patrick. That's why he ignored me in the beginning. But what is your name, sir? Paulo Beccaro. Right. Okay. Well.
Jesus, I think someone in his ear said that's not Patrick Mahomes, and then he reveals it. God, oh, that's not Patrick. Oh shit. He goes, yeah, I'm Paulo Beccaro.
This is spectacular. It's amazing to be alive right in the middle of the competitors just before the race starts. Yeah, now you can see they're locked in. It reminds me of myself. A real focus. Okay, it's not Patrick. That's why he ignored me in the beginning. But what is your name, sir? Paulo Beccaro. Right. Okay. Well.
Oh God, he seems like a nice enough guy. That is fucking sweet. God, fucking amen. This is really embarrassing for him. What a dummy. The announcer's name is Martin Brundle, and he's a big deal in F1. Jason says, "Oh, good, tiny screen." Yeah, it's. I think I expanded it. I think we eventually got it. And then I see one that says sound. You guys had sound, right? Was it okay? Was it all okay? I want to make sure that you were able to hear that and see it. I think I had it right on my end. But yeah, you're absolutely right. That is terribly embarrassing. That reminds me of, you couldn't hear anything they were saying? Seriously? You guys just fucking with me? I thought I had it. Oh, no. Shitty sound, but it was there. I got it. Okay. I was like, oh no, did I fuck that up again? Because then that would have broke my heart, because I could have swore I had it all secured. That reminds me of the, God, that was a spectacular moment. It needs to be told, of the moment when it was me, Greg, Chris, and Joe at the Super Bowl. And in that little like media room or whatever it was. And we were doing our show, and Greg says, "Hey, there's," I forgot who Sam Ponder is the name of the reporter. And she's pretty famous. And Greg sees Sam Ponder. Now, I had heard the name, but I couldn't tell you who that was. And he goes, we're actually on the air. And he says, hey, Joe, run over there and go get, oh, no, it wasn't Sam. Sorry. Corey says it was Carissa Thompson. That's what it was. Sorry. The details, they fade they're leaving my old brain. Still, similar type of skill set. Pretty famous reporter, whatever. And he goes, oh, it's Carissa Thompson. Go get her. Go. We can get her on. We can talk, whatever. Okay, great. So Joe gets up, and we are waiting, and then she comes walking around, this lady, and she sits down, and I don't remember exactly how it was revealed to us, but Hot Wings and myself are thinking this is this person that Greg wants to interview. So we're all kind of like figuring out an angle, and it's going to be pretty easy. You're just talking about the Super Bowl. No big deal, and she's super famous in sports. So, okay, great. And I don't exactly remember how it was revealed to us. Okay, there it is. Thank you, Corey. I'm glad you guys are there to help me through this, but you know me, while Joe was walking over there, Free Beers says, that's not her, actually. But didn't stop Joe. So Joe goes and gets her. She sits down. And now we're fucked. And so Greg did this weirdo interview, and then kind of like she was just like a college intern for like, the food service people or some shit. And this chick had no idea what the hell was going on, And my God, it was so fucking awkward. Holy shit. Just kind of like, and then there was the moment in the Super Bowl when Greg pissed off Marcus Allen. He didn't even mean to do it. Marcus Allen, the Hall of Famer, he assumed Greg was angling in something about Nicole Brown Simpson and Marcus and OJ. And he wasn't doing that at all. But for some reason, the way Greg was speaking, Marcus assumed Greg was trying to bring up that Nicole Brown had an affair with Marcus Allen. And I'm like, fuck, Jesus. He like really reached. Greg didn't. Allen did. And it's almost like he had rabbit ears on waiting for someone to bring something up. And it was so fucking awkward. He's like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. It's like, oh, no, shit. Oh, fuck. Incredible. And then Corey says, yeah, the chick was just some hot blonde walking around. It was a random girl. She had nothing to do with anything. Wow. Good times, good memories. All right. Kyle says, in his defense, Freeber was probably all snarky and a-hole like. No, I don't think he was. I honestly, I was on Team Freeber on that one. I was like, I think he was just being a dick. Part of me, not Greg, Marcus Allen wanted to go, hey, dude, why are you being this way about this? You realize we're just talking to you. I mean, it's we don't have any, we're not here trying to break one off in you. Come on now. All right. Bosco's Pub. Thank you so much to Bosco's Pub. Chicago Drive, Hudsonville, Michigan. Bosco's Pub, part of Terra Square. Visit them for lunch or dinner. And you can check them out. The amazing selection of burgers, cold draft beer, great mixed drinks, all at Bosco's Pub in beautiful Hudsonville, Michigan. We got Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance, buyinsurancehere.com, 616-914-4070. So you're sitting around and you got this aching feeling in you that says like, oh man, this is terrible. I don't have health insurance. Something bad's going to happen. Yeah, you're probably right. Well, I can't afford it. I can't. Yes, you can. Would you quit screwing around? All right. There's absolutely a way you can do this, and all I want you to do is reach out to Frank Fuss from My Policy Shop Insurance. There is a enrollment period going on right now to get you the affordable health care that you are entitled to, okay? The government will help you. They want to work with you. You pay a little bit of the premium. They pay a lot of the premium, okay? Get through it as you are either self-employed or out of work right now. Gone are the days of the so-called COBRA, which is garbage. Get your insurance right now. Frank will help you out to determine if you qualify for the special enrollment period, even if you missed the open enrollment period last year. This is insurance from healthcare.gov or Obamacare. I have this. I've had it for the past 3.5 years. It's absolutely spectacular. Reach out to Frank today. 616-914-4070. That's 616-914-4070. My robins are flying the coop. My little robins, all 5 of them have outgrown the nest. It's remarkable how quickly they grow. It was just 10 days ago. They were like pink balls of helplessness. Eyes closed. They look like aliens. Now they're all fully feathered, 2 to 3 times the size of when they were hatched, probably bigger. And just, it's amazing how quick those things grow. And the mom and dad have just been sitting there busting their balls, getting food for it, for the 5. And now it gets even more difficult because now they fledge out of the nest. And then I can turn on my sprinklers, thank God. And then the little fuckers hide all over my yard because the Blue Jays and the asshole red-winged blackbirds are going to try to kill them. And then the mom and dad have to kind of keep an eye on them. and feed them until they actually learn to fly. Update on the Robins. That's right, on today's edition of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Asshole of the day. Who's it going to be? Last week, Friday, it was my neighbor. Brought to you by TC Paintball and JM Synthetics. Hang on. Is that a stink bug? It is. Are you okay, buddy? You don't look so good. I'll let you out later. All right. What do you got for asshole of the day? Who's it going to be? Any suggestions? Today, the asshole of the day is you for the lights being readjusted. I don't know about that. Jason says the Lansing Meyer gunman. Well, I don't think he shot anybody. The door handle. I don't know if I want to make the door handle the asshole of the day. I'm just going to make it my neighbor again. She's the asshole of the day. 2 days in a row. Yeah, am I the asshole for aiming the lights? No. That's par for the course. That's just. Oops, I didn't want to do that. There you go. That's going to do it. Thank you, folks, for enjoying this podcast. Thank you. Remember, if you're offended by anything I said, it's all ball busting. Try not to be butthurt. Okay? We need to get past that. Have a great day, folks. I'll talk to you on Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Till then, bye-bye.